Welcome back. Right now we're going to focus on fun holiday crafts for everyone. Monica J Sutton is joining us virtually. She's got some really fabulous fun ideas for us. Monica, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you here and excited to get crafting for the holidays. I know it's something that my family really enjoys doing. And you have great suggestions with things that you probably already have around your house. So tell me more.
Yes, since it's the holidays, I have a fun craft for the children. Actually, the whole family can do it. And it's a family portrait, painting a family portrait.
Oh, I love it. So how do you recommend going about painting a family portrait, especially if you have really young kids?
Well, that's a great question. Now, there's not too many materials you need, but if you have younger children, then you may want to supervise, guide a little bit, but you still want to make this portrait their own because this really is their creative family portrait.
And so what are some ways that they can make it their own?
Absolutely. So first you want to gather materials from around your home. And I always say start with what you have at home. So you need some paint, of course. You need paint, any paint that you have, washable paint, watercolors, whatever you have. You'll need a paintbrush or brushes, and then a piece of white paper. Now you can use cardstock. That's what I prefer, but you can also use printer paper, drawing paper, and construction paper.
And I love this idea because if you have family and friends visiting for the holidays, you can do it all together, do a portrait of everyone to remember that moment.
Absolutely. And the first step in actually doing this craft, and I didn't mention, they will need a crayon or even a pencil, but they are going to get to draw their family portrait. Okay, that's the first step. And you asked about younger children. You can really guide them with drawing the pictures and using shapes. I tend to use shapes with my preschoolers because it really helps drawing the circle and the rectangle. So at the same time, they're learning.
They are learning. So you want to sketch it out in a way that makes sense for your age and just in a way that's fun as well. Not very accurate, of course, because it's just a fun picture to do together. What do you do after you sketch it out?
Great. So after you sketch it out, then this is when they get to bring their family portrait to life with some color. So they get to grab their paintbrush and all of the paint, whatever they're using. And if you only have one paintbrush, you can grab a cup of water in case they want to switch colors and change. So they just start painting. And painting can be very relaxing as well.
Oh, I agree. I love to paint, especially if I am feeling especially stressed out. It is very relaxing. And something I love about this picture that you've shown is you've used some basic shapes. So if a child's feeling a little intimidated or sometimes they feel like they can't draw certain things, that's a fun way to do it, to show them the shapes that create the person.
Absolutely. And again, with the younger children, you can definitely guide them and talk about the different shapes ahead of time. So again, we say we're learning at the same time, but I love what you say, that it's not intimidating.
Any other ideas for us? We have that fun family portrait that we can do with stuff most people have around their house, especially if you have young children. But any other ideas as we get ready for this big holiday week and holiday season of some things that we can do together as far as crafting?
Yes, I'm so happy you asked that. I love to talk about it. Now, everyone is getting shipments all season long. So you want to take some of those old boxes, repurpose them, cut them up, and I created a shape person. But not just any shape person, this is a rectangle shape person. So we're going back to those shapes again with your children, really talking about the rectangle shape. So we're cutting up the box into different size rectangles, and they get to use that to make a shape person. And then, of course, you can add all the different things that you like.
Oh, I love it. Such fun ideas. Monica, where can we get more information and where can we find you?
Absolutely. You can find more ideas like this and preschool lessons and even a dance party coming up all on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Monica J Sutton.
Crafting a dance party. I already feel more ready and less stressed for the holidays. Really excited to do some of these fun activities with our families and our homes this season. Thank you so much, Monica, for joining us today. We'll be back with Emily Fisher from the Youth Sports Alliance after this.